Portugal, entre as brumas da memória, ó pátria, sente-se a voz dos teus egrégios avós, que há de guiar-te à vitória. As armas sobre a terra, sobre o mar. As armas pela pátria lutar, contra os canhões marchar, marchar.
Vai aparecer Jota, campeão! Por Portugal! É para Bruno Fernandes, remate! Por Portugal! Vão para o balcão do check-in! Estamos rumo ao Qatar!
Hello and good evening. Welcome to this November 22nd, a couple of days before our beloved Portugal takes the field for another World Cup. We have a special edition beginning today, and as always, we got the regulars, and my buddy Paul is back to chat a little bit about Portugal. Gentlemen, how are we doing?
Man, that intro song and video, that just gave me some goosebumps, man. You can't do that to me right now.
Hits you in the feels. Kenny's got friends in the background with him today.
Yeah, I came late to the party, so I'm doing it on the whim. I'm going to fix it while we're doing this.
Good. All right, do make some adjustments. Bill's going to potentially join us a little bit late, but we got a lot to cover. Those of you who are tuning in, first of all, we appreciate you joining the conversation. Let us know that you are on the other side, watching, listening. Send us your thoughts, send us your opinions, send us your conspiracy theories, whatever you want. Let's talk about it. World Cup is up and running. We've had some interesting results. We've had some interesting performances. Let's hope that on Thursday we are on the positive side of an interesting performance and not on the negative. Today we are going to cover, obviously, the selected 26. Any thoughts on, is there someone that was left out that you think should have been there? Who would you replace that person with? We will talk about, as much as I don't really want to talk about it, but we have to talk about it, the drama off the field with CR7. Do we think it's going to impact the squad? If in a negative way, in a positive way, will this motivate the team? Will this motivate him? Or could it be an added pressure on the team that could potentially hurt us depending on how that first result goes? Look ahead at the group stages and the Ghana match. So we'll have our predictions in terms of how we think the groups are going to finish. Obviously, we have a little bit of a head start with some of the games already haven't been played. And then we'll have a little bit of fun. We'll talk about a lock it in and risk it. What's our lock it in prediction for the remaining matches between now and our next podcast on Monday. What's the result that we think will be a surprise and what our picks is there, and we'll go into a few other interesting questions along the way. As always, like I said, in the conversation, let us know you're on the other side. And this says Viva Portugal, Viva Tiago, uma boa noite para ti também. Hoje viremos o assunto, hoje falamos de Portugal, mas estás à vontade de participar aqui nesta nossa conversa. Let's get started, boys. So we have the 26th chosen. We have the photo here. I'm going to open up the question. I'm going to open up the floor, and whoever wants to jump right in. Is there a player who is not on this 26 that you would have liked to see there? And if so, who would you take out of this 26 to put them there? Who wants to go first?
Go for it, Paul. Come on, guess.
Shout out Paul.
Yeah. On, Paul.
No, I'll start. That's fine. So originally, the only guy that really stuck out to me was Renato, but he has been injured for most of the season. But after looking at this team, I actually don't think I would take anyone out, because if you bring in Renato, we're already very heavy in the midfield and we're very light at striker. So I don't mind the Ramos coming in for Renato, because I pretty much had this lineup exact except for I think it was Renato, and then I think I had Paul in there too, just because of some Sporting love. But I'm not surprised that he's not in there, so I don't mind the squad at all.
Okay. Anyone else? I know I'm just looking at the picture again to refresh my brain. Geds isn't on there, for example. I know, Oscar, you're a big Geds guy. Would you have included him here?
No, my thing with Geds is obviously if Rafael came to this Seleção, it would have been a done deal, right? He would have taken Geds' spot. Now, if you think if Jota came, he wasn't hurt, one of these guys would have stayed out, right? Like it's almost a guarantee Jota would have been on this 26. To me, I agree with Paul. Renato is the only guy that pops up to my mind. Geds is another guy because we need wingers since Rafa is not going to be there. And you could think of Geds, you can think of Pot, but I think Geds is a guy that has more experience and has won as a Nations League. So I think he would have been the guy that would have added more value to this lineup. But who do I take out? That's the question. Like every single person.
Otavio can go easily.
You think because you hate him, and I hate him too. But
not. Porto aside, I don't think I don't see the value of Otavio on the team.
Right, but
I think you have enough. I think you have enough outside of him. I had Geds too. I had Sanchez. And I don't know what the story is with, because I don't watch too much of. I think he's still on Wolves. Moutinho. He's been a staple in the midfield, a very safe player in the midfield. I would easily take those three over Otavio.
All right, so you take one of those and just leave Otavio home. But the thing is, like Otavio, even though he's a prick and I hate him, I cannot stand that guy. But I like him better on my side than against me, type of thing, right? Because he's gonna piss off another person instead of me, right?
Yeah,
he's the guy you want to play with, not against.
Exactly. I was just about to say that you hate playing against him, but you love having him on your team.
And that's exactly what I'm trying to say. Like I saw him playing against Nigeria. The guy hustles. He fucking hustles. He's a baby, cries about everything, but he hustles. And when he's playing for my team, I'm clapping him on. I'm like, keep doing it. When he's playing against me, I fucking want to break his legs.
What do you guys think about what? Here's another name that I don't know. I don't know if they, not that they don't deserve it, but that could probably have stayed out. Vitinha. You guys a fan of Vitinha?
Yeah, the striker, not the midfield.
No, you're saying the Vitinha that's there
from Braga, right?
No, Vitinha from PSG.
From PSG.
You talking about that?
The one that's on the.
I like him. I think he's good.
I think he's very good.
He's very, very solid.
Very
I think he's dude. He went to a PSG team and he started over whoever's there, like all superstars. Like he is. He's good. He's really.
I think
really
he has
good.
He has a lot to prove for me. In my opinion.
You know, he reminds me of, and obviously let's not put him at the patamar do Xavi, but I think he's gonna be like a Xavi.
Here we go.
No, it's true. He doesn't.
No, he's good. I agree. I think he's really good.
Xavi Garcia. Xavi, you're not gonna see it. Xavi from Barcelona.
Xavi from Barcelona.
Hernandez. He's not a guy that has a lot of skill, but he's very.
Jay Smirk
is amazing.
Amazing.
He thinks he thinks he should have won a World Player of the Year, which is I agree with him.
It goes together.
Jay, Florentino, SLB says Florentino. You're a big youth guy. Do you think he deserved it over maybe a Wheelim,
Yes.
So like,
given his
I
current
don't.
form?
Did he probably deserve it? Probably, but I just know that I don't think he had a shot because I think Fernando Santos likes experience, especially in the midfield, and he always rides with William Carvalho and Danilo usually there. So
Let's not knock William. Well, his form for Betis
He's done well
this
at
year has been
Betis.
really well.
if I were to choose someone, it would probably be for William. But I don't think you would take his spot overall.
It's so that our midfield is probably our strongest point aspect of the team.
And you
It's
need,
going to be so hard for
everyone
Florentino to get in.
You're going straight to
Everyone already mentioned. I would say Renato, possibly, but with the injury, I don't even know what's his injury report and all that. But that's also a concern because he's not been playing too well, or not been playing at all for PSG. But overall, there's not many changes or many players you would get called up. I'm surprised the kid got called up at center back.
Me too.
I'm not.
I'm not either.
me
I'm
too.
not.
But we
only have
that's a
we only have
surprise.
two
I
center
thought
backs.
somebody else, a more experienced player, would probably be there. But
And who do you consider more experienced? Jallo?
Right. That's I think it's a great call up because now you have an actual third pure center back.
Yeah.
Danilo can be used in the midfield if he needs to be, and also at center back if you need him. But he's like a hybrid.
Daniil's only going to be used to if we're winning a game to hold the result. Daniil's not going to be used to
what I'm trying to point out. I'm surprised that Fernando Santos called him up. I obviously would call him up, but I just think that to me that was a surprise call up.
Let me
I think it's a good one.
Let me rebuttal that tank. We're talking about Fernando Santos calling up a young player, right? Remember, he took Renato Sanches to the Euro 2016 when he was 16 years old.
But I just think in the center back, it's not as he usually doesn't call up young players for that position.
True.
How many times do we? I'm just saying, I'm just going by past history. I just thought I was surprised on that call up. I thought
who called?
He's only played 3 months of
when have we had a young center back performing
Ruben
this
Diaz
well?
and was called by him.
But he was already on. I think he was already on City, no? When he got called up.
I don't. I use Benfica.
No, he was at Benfica.
Are you sure?
I think
For
so.
sure.
He was only at Benfica.
Even Ruben Diaz had more than 3.5 months of just playing soccer at a high level. That's all I'm trying to say. To me, that's a surprise. I'm not disagreeing with the call up. I'm just saying that to me that was a surprise. I was like, wow, the kid fucking made it. That's cool.
I agreed. I didn't think he was going to make it, but I get what you're saying, right? For example, Paul, would you have preferred Gonçalo Inácio over Antonio?
I think Inácio
Champions League.
I don't like Inácio.
That was quick.
I think he sucks.
But I'm just what I'm getting at is I'm not comparing the players, but to Jay's right? You potentially someone more experienced, like a Jaló, I would say is more experienced because he's been in the national team, right? He's been in that group, right? So that's what I would say an experience, and he's got more than 3.5 months at the top level of football. Granted,
I know,
but
Tony's played in some big stages.
I just feel like he's earned it. He's been playing good, and I don't know if he's going to start. He might start, and if he does start, I probably wouldn't be that surprised either. I do think Pep is kind of his spot to lose right now, and Ruben's going to start, but Inácio, I don't like Gonçalo Inácio. I think he makes so many dumb mistakes. I really don't he has a lot of hype to him, but I don't get it. I don't understand it.
Paul, I have a question for you. It says you're an outsider and all. Thinking of say Pep has been iffy on if he gets hurt and whatnot. If Pep gets hurt, do you think Antonio starts over Danilo in that center back position?
I would start him over Danilo.
I agree with you.
I don't the thing is, it's I get the inexperience, but he did play the friendly. Granted, it's a friendly, and he has played at top level soccer. I know, but he has played at top level soccer too. It's not like he's.
And he doesn't get nervous playing against a Messi, Mbappe, and fucking whatever. He doesn't get nervous. To me, that's a huge thing.
The only thing that concerns me with Fernando Santos is that he like trusts the vets way more than like a young new guy. So I could see him like hesitate putting him in. At least that's how it used to be. I used to hate that he'd bring up so many young kids and then we'd never see them in any of the tournament. So
you got to think about it, right? Like you have a short leash when it comes to these tournaments, right? Like you got 3 games, right? You fuck up, right? You don't have much opportunity to turn it around. So I'm not surprised, right, that he leans on a lot of the vets. SLBES says Antonio will be a starter before we're done with the World Cup. All in favor, say aye.
So here's another like take though.
It depends.
Yeah.
So I have a question. Do you guys think it makes a difference that we're like mid-season and all these guys are like in a certain form? Because usually the World Cup's like a month or 2 or month and a half after soccer's over.
Yep.
Where like these guys like.
Do you see I think I've seen the first few games in the World Cup. The pace these guys are playing at is insane. Like I saw Saudi Arabia this morning against Argentina. Those guys are running like they never ran before. Those guys are like non-stop for 90 minutes. And I think it's because they're still fresh. I mean, like, look, if this tournament took place in June, July, they don't have the legs to run 90 minutes like that.
I mean, that's always the problem, right? You get to the end of the season, guys are gassed. They picked up injuries throughout the year and then kind of limping into the tournament. This one, they're for the most part, you're fresh and you're ready to go in your mid-season form.
Yeah, I think this will be one of the more competitive. The fact that it's right in the middle of the season and guys are in peak condition. Zulmida says, Viva Portugal, um abraço para si. Zulmida, SLBES says, if the World Cup was in the summer, I think Florentino with another 4 months as a starter at Benfica, he would have earned his spot on the team.
But who do you take out?
You agree with that?
It's so hard to say.
Who do you take out?
Kenny, what are your thoughts here? You're quiet.
On what? On who? Florentino?
Yeah.
No, I think there's better quality. Not that I mean, we're talking like very. I mean, I don't know, dude. Florentino's having a great season, but like, it's tough to say who he would take over. Like, I mean, what? I mean, I wouldn't touch William at all. I think he's a starter, right? Now you're looking at Pelinha, Ruben Neves. Like
even Nunes.
I like their Garra better than Florentino. I mean, Florentino's a nice, clean player, but World Cup's different. It's a whole different tournament. Like, it's one and done. Like, you have to have a different mentality. I don't know.
I think if Florentino has one thing that doesn't have one thing that a lot of these players in the midfield of Portugal have, which is a goal. Florentino does not have a goal in him, and these players
does.
Do.
William does.
Neves does, a long shot.
Neves does.
Yeah, so these guys have goals, and Florentino doesn't. That's you know.
Dude, I know William has scored some goals, but like, dude, that dude on a ball, come on, that dude is not that skilled.
Like, William,
he's not, but he doesn't need to be in that position.
Dude, that guy's a tank.
Like, we're not talking about these guys are goal scorers either.
They score goals,
but he scores goals.
Yeah,
Florentino hasn't. When was the last time Florentino scored a goal?
Go check William with Betis. This year, he's already had some golazos.
He's even nutmegged a couple of guys in the box and tucked it away.
I'm with Kenny. I think William's going to start. I don't know why you would take him off.
Yeah, I agree.
I like Pelinha to start.
I like Pelinha too. SLBS says William is slow as dirt.
He looks slow because he's big, but he's a freaking tank, man. He's
like Max Pereira. His arms go fast, but his legs don't.
It's like Yaya Toure was the same way, right? He was so big, he looked so slow, but he was fucking on the ball. He was quick.
And listen,
that is the number one guy that everyone always complains about when these tournaments happen. Is William is this? William is slow. William is the fucking.
Well, that's because he's playing William and Danilo.
Like it happens every tournament.
Yeah, exactly.
It's not gonna change. We're gonna get those text messages.
No, it's because
the problem is
and he might still do that.
He might double pivot.
No. That's not,
if he's playing William and Danilo or William and like another mid, then that's the issue, right? Where
but you don't need that.
Defensive.
You do not need
put one there, and then you put two creative guys in the midfield with him.
Agreed.
And I just say, like, we've got we're like mid-season form, right? So a lot of players are like, especially, I mean, Benfica's having a great season. So we're seeing all these, oh, does this guy deserve it? Like, do they deserve it? I agree. Like Florentino could possibly deserve a call-up, right? But we're talking like it's a different competition. It's very, very different. I think you need some experience. And look, you already have Ramos, Antonio Silva with like little to no experience on there. It's like you don't want to like freshen up the team too much. Like you need some continuity with who's been there, who knows the system and working the system. Like you can't just bring all these new guys in.
There's a lot of
but
there's a lot of players on the squad that this is the first World Cup. Like the World Cup is different than just a normal like international call up and like the Nations League or whatever. Like this is a different atmosphere, a different stage. And like if we look at the squad, it's a very young squad with players that are going into their first tournament. So you got to have some experience, some older guys in there to kind of settle the nerves a little bit in the locker room.
I agree. Jay, you're not gonna like this, buddy.
I just read it and I'm like, oh.
SLB says Ramos doesn't belong on the team.
Against Nigeria, dude, he came in, he needed to score goals and another. I mean, that's his job.
The issue there too is the only other striker is Andres Silva. So what if we get the Ronaldo that's on Man U right now and doesn't score goals? You only have Andres Silva on the bench. Having a second option is good. I actually like that he called
and not only a second option, but out of these guys, like the only one that's actually scoring.
Yeah,
let's face it, Ramos, yes, I get it. Like he's not like the finisher we all like that I expect him to be, right? Like I don't think he's a clinical finisher, but he's scoring goals, and that's what we don't have on this team, like in form right now. And Ramos is so.
Another thing with
Ramos, he won't start. No,
another thing with Ramos that gives to or basically makes Portugal stronger is the high pressing, which we will not get with Ronaldo. Ramos is used to the high pressing in Benfica, and I think that would help us tremendously in the World Cup. If he did start or did come in for, say, Ronaldo's not performing, he came in, I think the first guy to press and to their defenders, Ramos would be great at that.
Absolutely. I think that's a great point. Like, dude, I don't even know if he's like the first sub, right? But like a super sub that's going to like press hard and like
get a goal,
just mess things up.
Man, give you energy and just
But when you compare,
that kid hustles. That's one thing he is a hustler.
When you compare between him and André Silva, I think André Silva has like goals this season. So does Ramos become your number 2 guy off the bench over André Silva?
How many goals does he have?
I
don't know. I don't get the alerts anymore.
We talked.
I think he's only got like 2.
We talked about this. We talked about this with on the chat, and Tank and I agreed on this. Tank finally agreed on something, but we agreed on this. Like I think if Ronaldo was to not perform and he was like basically okay, Ronaldo's not going to do it for us, André Silva is really short leash to perform, and then if he doesn't perform, I think Ramos is right on his toes.
Yeah,
but how short? I mean, you only got 3 games.
Short meaning like first game or second game or the second game that he like Ronaldo plays most likely going to play on Thursday, right? If Ronaldo doesn't do and André comes in for him and André doesn't perform, I don't doubt that Ramos should start the second game.
Danny says André is. Listen,
That's like
everyone knows my opinion on Gonçalo Ramos, and I'll be honest with you. If Ronaldo isn't there, I would prefer Gonçalo Ramos as the center striker over André Silva. Like Kenny said, he's scoring goals, right? Like, what else do you want? The guy's got, confidence. He's scoring. He's putting the ball in the back of the net. André Silva's not scoring at the same rate that he is. Why, mess with that? Why not just go with the hot hand? But it'd be interesting to see what he actually does.
Could you see him go like he did against Nigeria, like the false 9 type of lineup, or
not to start? I'd be surprised.
Guys, come on, Ronaldo's up top.
Ronaldo's
the only false.
Come on, Kenny.
What are we talking about here? We're just wasting time.
The only false 9 will have
discussion.
Ronaldo can go the whole game without touching the ball. He's still going to start the next game.
So Ronaldo's going to get a hat trick.
The only false 9 we'll have is going to be Bernardo Silva. That's the
Manny's using Manny's using Facebook.
Manny's
Let's have
using
some
his
confidence in
burner
the
account.
Capital. Yeah, Manny, we know it's you. It's okay.
Shout out Sylvia. I agree with her.
Sylvia
Shout out
says, let's
Danny,
have some
Andre
confidence in
Silva.
the
Okay,
Dominic
dog.
says, shout out Ronaldo. All right. I know you guys are on the other side there, so let us know you're there. Leave us your comments, leave us your opinions. We're going to jump into a topic that I'm sure is going to generate a lot of conflict and a lot of opinions. So became unemployed today from Manchester United, mutually terminated the agreement between the two after his controversial interview with Piers Morgan, after all the chaos that's been going on at Old Trafford since the arrival of Ten Hag. He has the interview. He leaves like the next day, or it airs like the day before they leave to go to the training camp with the national team, and the dumpster's on fire. It's just complete chaos. I'm going to start with Oscar here, and then you guys can jump in and ask your questions and give your thoughts, because Oscar was gallivanting in Mexico while all of this was on, and there was complete chaos, and we were going back and forth in our group chat. And of all the opinions I wanted to hear, it was Oscar's, because he has a love-hate relationship with Ronaldo. So I wanted to hear what his thoughts were. But I'm going to start with you. And again, those of you who are tuning in, give us your thoughts in the comments.
By the
Do
way,
you
that
think this
interview
is-
was given like months ago, no?
No,
Yeah,
Or
but
maybe
it
not
aired,
months ago,
aired,
but
aired
It-
like before
a week and a half
it aired,
ago.
it aired, but he gave that interview a while back. That's not
It was
like
half
No,
ago.
week. It was
They,
like 2
they
weeks ago.
asked
Yeah.
Piers Morgan, and at first he didn't say when it was, but he gave it like a week and a half before it aired. So it was very fresh, right? Because he talked about walking off against Tottenham, right? And all of that was fairly recent. There was only like 2 games after that. So Oscar, and again, you guys jump in. Feel free to interrupt Oscar as you please. Do you think
Don't
this is
interrupt me,
going to?
motherfuckers.
Do you think this is going to paint a huge spotlight? Right. Obviously, it's going to paint the spotlight on Ronaldo. And Ronaldo, we know, loves the pressure, loves to be in the media, loves to be in the spotlight, and he thrives off of it, right? But this is also 36-year-old Ronaldo, right? Who hasn't been playing regularly at
37.
37, who hasn't been playing regularly at the club level, right? So it remains to be seen, what he can do in the World Cup. But do you think this is going to put unnecessary pressure on the rest of the team, right? There's some young guys, there's some guys in there that's a first World Cup, right? And do you also think, right, you're one of the people that says Portugal plays different with and without Ronaldo. And I think Bernardo Silva had a comment where he said, I'm going to play this World Cup for Ronaldo, blah, blah, blah. Do you think that this turns into one of those other situations where it's like the team looks for him even more because they want him to get that goal? They want him to kind of elevate himself and prove to his critics that, you know what, I could do it at the club level if you gave me the opportunity. So what side of the fence are you on here?
All right. So I, like you said, I have a love-hate relationship with it when it comes to this kind of thing. Like Ronaldo's been my favorite player since I have a poster of him on the fucking wall right there in my living room.
Is it still on the wall? Did you take it down?
Jesus.
No, it's still there.
It's still there. It's still there.
Still
It's
there.
over his
Until the
bed.
World
Don't let
Cup.
him lie to you. It's
It's
over his
still
bed,
the
not
cover.
on the living room.
But
He prays to it every night.
No,
but
but Ronaldo
Is that what
Ronaldo
you
to
call
me
it?
is like he is a guy that like you just said. I think you stole a lot of words that I was gonna say. Like he
Sorry, I
tried
apologize.
he basically like his thing is pressure. He calls pressure to himself because he thrives on that. He absolutely thrives on pressure. Like he's the one who lost us a Euro Cup or on penalty shootout because he wanted to take the 5th PK against Spain. And it never got to him. You know what I mean? He wants that attention on him. He wants to be the main guy. So when it comes to Manchester United, he wanted to leave since the summer. It was a known fact. He wanted to leave. Manchester United didn't let him leave, and he did this interview to force his way out. That's basically what it was. He probably talked more shit about Manchester United just to get so they can fire him or get rid of him. And now for Portugal, is it going to affect Portugal? I've been preaching that Ronaldo makes a team play worse around him, right? Because everybody looks for Ronaldo. When Ronaldo, after the Euro 2016, we had the Nations League in the 2017 season, right? And we won the Nations League. Ronaldo was hurt. I think after he got hurt against France, he was hurt for like 6 months, whatever it was, with his knee injury. And Portugal was smashing teams, playing as a unit, like as a whole team. And that to me convinced me, man, this Portugal team is talented without Ronaldo. And we can probably go farther playing as a team than what is playing for Ronaldo. And now, when every time Ronaldo comes back into the team and he throws his hands up in the air when Jota doesn't pass him the ball, when João Felix gets all atrapalhado because he's going to get yelled by Ronaldo, to me is when I think Ronaldo, instead of making Portugal better, makes them worse. But I'm just praying, and I really, really do pray that this World Cup and Ronaldo just shines and basically proves me wrong and wins this for us. But I think Portugal as a unit plays better without him.
Kenny, I know you're very much of the opposite opinion of this take, so I'll give the floor to you, and then Paul and Jason, feel free to jump in.
Listen, I completely disagree with the notion that everyone on the field is afraid of Ronaldo. If you don't pass him the ball, you're gonna get chewed out. If listen, in the heat of the moment, the guy has fire. He's if the ball doesn't get to him or the ball gets lost, of course they're all going to argue with each other in the heat of the moment. But it's not going to change the chemistry of the team. He's a forward. What do you do as a team? You look for your forward. So because Ronaldo's the forward and the ball's supposed to be fed through him to score goals, what? Oh, everyone's only looking for Ronaldo. He's the only forward on the team. So like, let's take Argentina. Oh, they don't worry about giving the ball to Messi. Well, he's in the midfield. They're not looking to give him the ball. They're looking to give it to their forwards. It's I just don't agree with that notion that these guys, if they don't give the ball to Ronaldo, they get like punished in some reason. I don't agree with that. I think you need leadership on this team. Ronaldo's still the leader of this team, whether we believe it or not. People keep saying, "Oh, Bernardo's the next person up." I don't see much leadership skills from Bernardo. I don't think he's gonna. I don't know who the guy is going to be after Ronaldo leaves. I really don't. Everyone keeps saying it's Bernardo. We have yet to see. Felix hasn't come into his own either. We will see who will. We will find out who's going to be the next guy. But up to this point, Ronaldo is the best leader you can have on the team. Whether you agree with all his antics or not, I like the drive. I like the intensity. I like when he gets pissed off on the field. He still has that burn and desire in him to fucking win games and do right by the team and our country. And I don't see that same drive by anyone else on the field. Maybe Bruno a little bit, but he's a little bit of a bitch. But
so is Ronaldo after the interview.
Yeah, but
like.
Listen, the whole interview thing, I agree with Oscar. He did the interview to get out of United. He had to do it to get out of United, or else he was going to be stuck in a situation he didn't want to be in. So he had to do that interview. That's the only way out, because they were going to keep fucking with him. In my opinion, they're fucking with him at United. Like the whole I don't want to disrespect Ronaldo and put him in a 6-0 match with 2 minutes left, but then 2 weeks later you're going to put him in with 2 minutes like. What you don't want to disrespect him, but then you're going to disrespect him there. They were fucking with him the whole time, in my opinion. And he had no way out, and he kept his mouth shut to a point where, like, I need to get the fuck out, and this is the only way that I can see that I'm going to do it. And so what? He spoke his truth. He's kept his mouth shut throughout the whole time, and he finally spoke his truth. I don't see anything wrong with that interview. I don't think it was as bad as everyone made it out to.
Wait, you don't see nothing wrong with that interview?
No, not at all. Not at all.
Dude, he's playing for Manchester United. He's basically being a bitch by doing that interview because he's basically spitting on the plate that's getting him food. Like, that's to me is a bitch. Like,
and they're spitting on him. And they're spitting on him. They pretty much they gave him nothing this whole entire
he's played 3-4 games in a row, didn't score. What do you expect from a forward? You expect goals. So you put him on the bench. That's what Fernando Santos needs the balls to do, and he doesn't have the balls.
And not to mention,
let me ask you something. Hold on. When Pizzi disrespected the coach in the team, and he wasn't scoring goals, and he was being benched, whose side were you on?
Wait. That's different. That's different.
What do you mean it's different? He was doing this. Oh, because he didn't come out and do an interview.
No,
so he disrespected the coach in the locker room, dude. But you took Pizzi's side. Now all of a sudden, because it's Ronaldo,
Kenny, Pizzi had an argument inside a locker room. He didn't come on fucking Piers Morgan's show and do it.
He did do an interview after. He might have
After
not
he left the
blacklisted.
club, after he left the club,
But Oscar, he still disrespected
no, it's not the
team.
same. It's disrespected. He basically bitched out to his team, saying we are a bunch of fucking pieces of shit for losing against Porto 3-0 on a game like this. Called himself a piece of shit too, and then didn't agree with the coach. And that's all private in the locker room. Came out, I don't know how, but it was on the locker room. That's supposed to be private within the team. What Ronaldo did is nationwide, actually worldwide interview.
Oscar, he
shit on the
was
team.
trapped in a situation he couldn't get out of.
Because he did not like to be subbed.
Because he didn't want to be there. He wanted to leave way before he didn't get subbed anymore. He wanted to leave at the beginning of the season. They didn't let him go. You just said that.
I get that
You
point,
said that.
Kenny. I call him a bitch for doing that interview. That's a bitch move.
I don't
me,
see a
that's
bitch move in doing that interview. I really don't. He spoke his truth. He got out of the situation. He literally put a plan in place to get out of the club, and it happened. It worked. Or else, if he didn't do that, he'd go to the World Cup and he'd have to go back to a shitty situation that he didn't want to be in. But I don't understand the double standard. I don't see. Okay, PZ didn't do the interview. Fine. He's more of a
He did a locker room
team
speech.
player than Ronaldo. But Ronaldo is one of the best players in the world. He earned the respect. He earned it.
Okay, and that's so it's supposed to be a Hagen, whatever the fucking coach, the Dutch coach is. It's a problem with him.
Hagen.
Haagen-Dazs.
It shouldn't be a problem with Manchester United, who has given him everything. Everything. Manchester United has given him everything. So it should be a problem with him and the coach. Totally fine. You should be appeasing and talk shit about the coach. But he talks shit about Manchester United.
Paul, Jay, Bill, what side of this argument?
Listen, the interview is calculated. Like, he knew exactly what he was doing. He knew, like I think Kenny touched on it. Like, he wanted out, and he knew that this would lead to that, right? Should he have done it? No. Like, you're in the middle of a season about to go to a World Cup, and you're going to come out with an interview where I agree some of the shit he talked about wasn't as bad as initially it looked like with the clips that were coming out, but you're still talking negatively about your club, your team, your manager, like
who you're
in
currently
the middle of the
employed
season.
with.
Right. Like, it's not a good look. And he knew what he was doing. He knew what it was going to lead to. I just think the timing of it sucks because we've already seen, right, Bruno Fernandes got questioned left and right about when he first got into the locker room, that video clip, and like answering questions about that. Bernardo Silva had to answer questions. Like, the team's getting asked about Ronaldo left and right, like they normally would, but now all this controversy because of the interview, it's adding to it. And this is shit you don't want to fucking deal with before a World Cup. Like, I don't want to hear about fucking Ronaldo and Man U and all that bullshit before, like, days leading into a World Cup. Like, I
think
it's
it's cleared his chest. I think he has
so,
nothing to worry about now. He's fucking moving on.
It's very selfish. So this is the thing, right? For him, the timing's perfectly convenient. He just left Man U. He's not going to have to go back, and they released it a week before the World Cup. Now this will get drained up by the World Cup. By the time the World Cup's over, no one's going to care about the interview, and then he's going to go on about his career. So he did something very selfish for himself. He benefits completely from it, right? He leaves Man U.
But he could have fucked over Portugal.
Right. At anyone's expense. It's very selfish. And the thing is like, he does look like a bitch with the interview. I get it's his plan to get out, but like, at least the second half, the first half wasn't that bad. The second half, it was like all about him being like better than everyone else and like demanding respect. It's like, dude, this guy has to, like, the coach comes in here and they have to build the squad, right? If you're not part of that plan, I get it. If they didn't let him leave, then yeah, you can like complain and stuff and then leave it into your contract. But what he did is literally shit on the whole organization. And someone made a point. I forgot who it was, but he's like, who's going to want a 37-year-old crybaby like that?
100%. That's exactly what I was going to say next. I was going to say that next.
It's a bad, like, and the thing is if Ronaldo, when he was playing, like, was a positive reinforcement for Man U, he would have like a back to his story. Ronaldo plays and doesn't do anything for them. Like, he was not playing well at all.
So, like, to me, like, it should be like a non-issue. Like, they both part ways mutually. Boom, they go one way. They don't have to deal with Ronaldo anymore. Ronaldo can find a different team that he can go play for. It should be a non-issue now. I think it would be a bigger problem if he was still employed at Man United. I'm just glad that they did that, and now they even have bigger news where the club wants to sell. The owners want to sell the club, so maybe they're trying to
But
hide
how
the
many
story
questions?
with Ronaldo. And
How many questions do you think he's going to have to field now between now and the end of the World Cup about where he's going next?
well, that's
Oh, it's gonna
something
be
that
all
he has
about
to
him.
deal with, and that's something that he puts pressure on
Right.
himself, and he can answer that. He's a 37-year-old professional. I'm sure he can find a way to answer those questions, because he brought this upon himself. Like,
If it wasn't this, it'd be something else, guys.
exactly, like
he's the
this is
spotlight
like
of
world,
the team.
this is the most watched event in the world. Like, everyone's gonna ask stupid questions. We always see videos of what they say in the Super Bowl. Imagine if they had videos of all the blooper, like all the funny videos and stupid questions that get asked to players around the World Cup. So
I get. Look,
but, like,
Ron-
I just don't think. I kind of agree with Kenny. Like, I think Ronaldo spoke his truth, and everyone has a right to speak their truth, and he kind of let it out the way he wanted. I know it was selfish. I kind of agree, but I think at that point he reached the limit, and he wanted to get out, and he said, "This is probably the only way I know that I can get out," and it worked out for him, and the team let him go. The team wasn't using him, so why even pay him or anything? Just let him go. And like
Yeah,
that,
and I'm pretty sure they probably would have came to that agreement in the transfer market in the winter, like after the World Cup, which is right away. So they could have came to an agreement there, and you should have done it the right
they
way.
got rid of it now. It's just
How do you,
now.
but Oscar,
it's
how do you
not
know that at
it's
the beginning of the
non-issue
season?
now.
How do you know that at
Dude,
the beginning of the season,
at the beginning,
an agreement wasn't put in place? Like, hey, here's our plan with you. We don't want you to leave. We want to keep you. This is our plan with you.
right?
And how do you know that they
Because-
didn't keep their side of the deal?
Because the
and
coach,
now he wants out.
the coach was new in the summer, right? And he wanted Ronaldo to stay. He believed in Ronaldo's to stay, right? He wanted Ronaldo to be part of that team. Coach, as November came around, he did not believe in Ronaldo anymore. You could tell he doesn't respect Ronaldo the way he did when he came in August, right? So right now, in December or when the transfer opens up again, I guarantee, or if I don't guarantee, it's almost positive that they will be like, "Oh, listen, I'm not being useful for you guys. You guys don't need me. I'm going to save you $18 million. Let me go." And done it the right way. Right now, he sounds like a bitch. Could have ruined Portugal's chances because all the attention's on Portugal right now and questions about the shit. And
I think he was getting questions about him not playing and not
right,
being
but that's him. Now the
fielded and all
Portugal
that.
team
So
is doing it.
He decided to make an interview to let his truth.
Oh,
out.
you guys are defending.
Ronaldo came out in his
undefensively.
press conference and said, "If you guys have any questions about me, don't ask my teammates. Ask me."
Oh yeah,
Yeah, but you think, and the reporter's going to be like, okay,
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
I'll respect you. I
But
can
he's-
control that.
But how does that affect the team? I don't see any of those guys had any effect had no problem in answering the question.
I just wonder.
João Mario
and
answered the question. I think Ruben Neves answered. I think it was Ruben Neves answered the question. They had no problem answering the question and saying that everything's fine with the national team.
I don't think it's going to affect like the play or the team like that at all. I just think
At
like
all.
now if we go and lose, the narrative is going to be, oh, it's because of the interview, not because of whatever else it is.
Let's think about this. Rui
Of
Costa.
course it is. But when
Rui-
Argentina lost, it's not
Rui-
about Messi or anything. It's
Rui-
about Argentina.
Rui
But when Portugal loses, it's Ronaldo lost, not Portugal lost.
Hey,
It's always
Kenny,
like that. It's been like that. Ronaldo's always gotten criticized the most out of Portugal, not the team. But
He
every
calls
other,
the
every other
attention to
star,
himself.
every
Yeah,
other
and
star,
in this
it's
case
always,
though, he
Argentina
did
lost the game.
Yeah, but if Messi came out on an interview crying like a little bitch, this would probably go on him because Argentina has been killing it. So like Portugal's just won comfortably in a friendly too. They're gonna go into this game and lose. They're gonna be like, oh, it's because of the interview.
Messi's retired from the national team like 3 or 4 times, I think.
Yeah,
Can I just give you as an example?
Like a lot of
Just-
players say stupid shit.
Imagine Rui Costa. He left Benfica, went to play elsewhere, right? Came back to Benfica. And wasn't getting used, whatever it was, like he was getting subbed in or whatnot. Give an interview saying Benfica hasn't changed. Benfica is still stuck in the whatever 1995 since I left. Nothing has ever changed. The data sound sucks. This sucks. The players that they have here not good. What would you guys think of Rui Costa? Oh, he just spoke his mind? No, I would fucking hate that guy.
I agree
Well,
with that.
if my club had the issues that Man United has,
You hate people that speak their minds like Jorge Jesus.
Jesus Christ, you guys are not getting my point at all, but it's okay.
All right.
It's
So
all
it sounds.
We all
So
have
it sounds
it's a
like
different point of
we.
view. I
Correct.
do disagree with you. I mean, I would never agree with what you're saying about Ronaldo. I won't. So it's a difference of opinion. There's nothing wrong with that.
That's the beauty of this panel. We all have. I told you it was going to generate a variety of different opinions. So consensus here. No one believes it's going to negatively impact the team as a whole. Is that an accurate assumption?
The interview, no.
Yes.
I would agree with that.
It
Yeah,
shouldn't.
Just the whole situation. The
If
whole
they
situation
suck,
around him.
If they suck, they suck. Not because of
I
the
think-
interview or the what's
I
going on
think
in Man U.
because it got resolved before our first game, I think it's washed. I think, but if it still got carried on, if it's still the soap opera continued until we started playing, I think it somewhat would affect it because everything would have been, hey, you guys played great today. Would have been like, hey, Ronaldo. So now what's going on there? It would have been all about Ronaldo, no matter what Portugal did against Qatar or against Uruguay or against.
So you think
And you don't think
Ronaldo's
if he goes out on
Ronaldo's
Thursday,
about to shoot the ball, he's thinking, "Oh, about that interview." But no, dude, they're not gonna. They're gonna be focused on the game, dude.
Let's see. You want to make a bet? They still talk. All the journalists will ask the question about if Portugal doesn't do good against Ghana. It's all about Ronaldo's interview.
and I get and let me ask you this: if Ronaldo goes out and scores a hat trick, you don't think they're still going to bring up Man United?
They're gonna no.
Yeah, it'll be a positive.
Now it's a positive. Now they're like, hey, Ronaldo is right now. Ronaldo left Man United, not scoring any goals. Came to Portugal and scored 3 goals. It's backing him up. That's why I told Mike. That's pressure that he likes to put on himself.
And you don't think Man United's still going to get brought up?
100% going to get
Yeah,
brought
but
up.
they'll look like the shitbags in that way.
The story's going to continue. Either way, the story's going to continue.
Exactly.
It's always going to
is.
get brought up. It's always going to get
Correct.
brought up.
Yeah, we haven't heard the end of this.
Wait, so Mike, what do you
right.
think? I know you're freaking here playing Switzerland. What do you think?
I'm not playing Switzerland. I think
you're playing Switzerland. So talk your mind.
No, I voiced my opinion. I think that I don't agree with the interview because he's currently employed by Manchester United. It would be like you having a job.
I fucking hate that.
I didn't. That was Oscar. Oscar said it. I didn't say it.
I've heard it.
Don't hate me, Kenny.
Many people on here.
I think that the fact that he went and did an unauthorized interview, I think is a bad move on his part, regardless of what was going on. And the thing that stands out for me is in my eyes, he's a hypocrite for what he said and what he did, because he says all the time how he respects Manchester United. He loves the club. Sir Alex Ferguson is like a father to him, blah, blah, blah. If you respect that much and you see these issues, why not sit down and have this conversation inside? He's never had a conversation with the Glazers, he said. He admitted that in the interview. Do you think if Ronaldo said, hey, Alex Ferguson, I want to have a conversation with the Glazers, do you think that wouldn't happen? I'm pretty sure it would happen. He says the jacuzzi isn't updated. The pool's still the same. The kitchen's old. Do you think that since Ronaldo left Manchester United, he's not been back to Carrington? Do you think he's not been back to Old Trafford since he left? Of course he has. Do you think when he signed, he didn't go to the training ground? Of course he did. He obviously saw all that stuff. He knew that it was old, right? I just think it's a bad look for him. The timing's terrible. Whether he has a reason to do it or not, right? Like, we don't know what conversations were held in the background. Like you said, Kenny, right? Like, there could have been an agreement that was made with him that you're going to do this and that and the other thing. Maybe they didn't hold up their side of the deal. But I just think it looks poor on him. Oh, we got hot girl pics for you in the comments.
Get him over.
Hey.
Shout out to hot girl pics.
I think I just think it's a bad look. I think it's a bad look, and hopefully it doesn't. I don't think it'll impact the team. Hopefully it doesn't impact him, because if he has a bad start to the World Cup and maybe has a bad performance, I think he's mentally strong enough and has gone through enough ups and downs to be able to overcome it and put it beside him or behind him. But again, with goals come confidence. And if there's a guy that thrives off these moments and the confidence, it's him.
Mike, I think we mentioned it. We mentioned it in our group chat that if anything, he's got to be even more motivated now to silence all
to
this
prove his point.
criticism.
100%.
Absolutely.
But the thing is that
if you were worried about a motivated Ronaldo, I think we should not be worried about that.
I don't disagree with that.
And that's
But the problem
what I
is
said. That's what exactly what I said. I think Ronaldo is the guy that thrives when it comes to pressure, right? And I think the pressure is all on him right now because he asked for it. And I think if there's a situation or there's a time for Ronaldo to shine, is right now. And I hope he does it.
And one other thing, and I think we'll all agree with this too, and maybe Oscar will agree with me on this point, if anything. I think it sucks that he gave that interview in English, but I understand that he had to give that interview in English. But
his language sucks.
His English sucks, so and he does sound more bitchy and whiny when he speaks English. But if he had the opportunity
to Ronaldo,
if he had the opportunity to say it,
I thought I got that.
If he had the opportunity to do that interview in Portuguese, I think he comes off a little bit more, a little.
It's not his first language.
Yeah,
correct. But he is an appetite fruit, so
yeah, he's a strawberry. What the hell that means? He's a strawberry.
Shout out strawberry.
Piers Morgan was like, "What?" And he was like, "A fruit.
I'm
an
strawberry
appetite fruit." And then he was like, "What?" And he's repeating. You're just repeating. He's not gonna understand. Yeah. Piers Morgan was like, "I'll look to see what that means."
Did any of you guys ever figure out the saying in Portuguese that relates to that?
Nope.
I've never heard of it.
I think what he meant to say is like people have an appetite for his kind of content online. That's why he has the most views. But I don't know what in Portuguese there must be some saying. I don't know.
You should translate his vocabulary.
He's a strawberry.
I would love to sit by his side and translate for him.
Sit on his lap.
Moving on. Let's take a look at the group stage.
Of him on my wall.
Yeah, in his room.
He's right here.
Let's take a look at the group stages here, and let's do a little bit of a prediction here. So we'll obviously start with Portugal's group since we haven't played. We play Thursday, Thanksgiving afternoon or Thanksgiving morning. Dom with the shout out bad English. We play Thursday afternoon or Thursday morning. We get started with Ghana. So let's do our predictions. Give me your thoughts on what you expect of this game. We obviously play Uruguay on Monday. We'll be back with the next podcast Monday evening after that game. So we'll have 2 games to recap, but let's focus on one game at a time. Let's look at Ghana here. I'm going to go with Jay. What are you expecting here in this game? And then give me your predictions in terms of how you think this group finishes.
Well, for this game, I think it's going to be a tough one. I think we need to basically play one of our better games to start off this tournament on the right foot. I think it's going to be tough, but I think we're going to win this game against Ghana on Thursday. As far as the group, I'll go Portugal, Uruguay, Ghana, South Korea. Is that what you were asking?
Yep. Portugal, Uruguay, Ghana, South Korea.
Yeah.
Okay. Chico Marcelino, o nosso tradutor aqui no chat diz que ele queria dizer que é o fruto mais apetecido e é uma expressão tuga. Obrigado aí, Chico, por essa tradução para nós que no inglês não faz sentido nenhum.
Come on, Oscar. I thought you should be the one that eat.
How do you translate strawberry?
In Portugal comia amoras, not a strawberries.
Eu acho que eu tinha dinheiro para strawberries. As amoras eram de graça.
I know, right?
Kenny, thoughts on this game? What are you expecting? And how do you think this group is going to finish?
So I agree with Jason in how the group will finish. Portugal, Uruguay, Ghana, South Korea. In terms of the first game against Ghana, so I am 95% positive that we will get a good result against Ghana. But I do worry that there is Ghana comes out fucking full blazing like we saw out of Saudi Arabia, the tenacity that we saw out of, I think it was Tunisia today. Was it Tunisia? Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Against Denmark.
Yeah, against Denmark. Yep. And that's going to cause us some problems because we like to possess. We like to do what Argentina did, right? Possess, play this finesse game, take our time, circle the ball, pick the right moment. And I don't think we can do that. We have to go at it, not waste time, because all of a sudden you enter halftime at 0-0 and now you're pressing. We need to go out guns blazing. So I'm about 95% sure we'll get a good result. Maybe like, are we doing predictions yet, or do you want to wait?
You can just a prediction at the end.
Okay, yeah, but I think we should get out with a good result. But I do worry, obviously, for the type of. I mean, Ghana's got legs. I mean, they're gonna run, they're gonna hustle. So we have to come out guns blazing and not complacent.
All right, and I forgot to ask Jay. On a scale from 1 to 10, how's that Salpicão feeling in terms of confidence? How hard is your Salpicão here from a 1 to 10 in terms of prediction for this game?
Of this game?
Yep. 10 being very confident. 5, the Salpicão's not ready. It's still a little green, a little soft.
I'm going with like an 8.
Okay, that thing's ready to eat.
Yeah, sure
Kenny,
is.
how's your Salpicão feeling here?
Well, if I'm at 95, then I'll go 9 out of 10.
Okay, Kenny's definitely ready to eat. All right. Oscar.
I tend to agree. I think, but I don't think it's. I think Ghana's game is going to be probably the easiest game we have in this group, and I'm just
South Korea?
Against South. Yeah, I think South Korea and Uruguay are both better than Ghana. I'm looking at at Ghana's last 10 games, and I think they won against Switzerland in the friendly. And other than that, it's like horrible. The African Cup of Nations, they lost to almost everybody. I mean, I don't see Ghana being this powerhouse that they used to be. I think it'd be probably our easiest game as long as Portugal steps into this game and takes it seriously. If they take it seriously and just like they did it against Nigeria, we come out with a win. And I think if we win this first game, I think it's Portugal, Uruguay, South Korea, Ghana.
Portugal, Uruguay, South Korea, Ghana. Okay, so
How's the Salpicão feel though?
Like I said, if Portugal's in the right mind, I think I feel very
Give us a
confident.
number.
Give us a number, dude.
I'm 8 out of 10.
8 out of 10. Okay, so you're with Jay. Still not too cooked, but still not too raw. Okay, Paul.
So for the group standings, I'm gonna agree with Oscar. Portugal, Uruguay, South Korea, Ghana. I also think that we're gonna win comfortably against Ghana pretty easily. I won't give my prediction. My Salpicão was a 9.5 out of 10 because you have to give a little room for.
Hell yeah! Hell yeah! Shout out Paul Salpicão. Hell yeah!
And not to mention, we won our friendly 4-0, so I have all the confidence in the world, like the team should.
Here we go.
Hey Paul, does your Salpicão go to 10 if Pilinha starts?
Absolutely. No, I actually want William to start, but shout out Pilinha.
Bill, how you feeling?
Yeah, I mean, looking at their squad, they have some decent players, but the results fucking, like Oscar said, look horrendous, right?
They beat Nigeria.
No, they tied 1-1.
They beat them 2-0 in AFCON.
No,
I'm looking at the last game.
We're looking at it.
They tied
World Cup
0-0.
qualifying.
Guys, they beat Ghana. They beat Nigeria 2-0. That's what you guys are using in August.
What?
August 20th, 2022. Caralho, pá, vos.
It's not here.
Guys,
We
I don't know
just
what.
have what shit Piggy
He
said.
doesn't have the full. He doesn't have the full friendlies on there, probably.
The full
Oh,
list.
no, you're saying it's an
Not a
AFCON
friendly.
game?
Yeah, it's enough. They beat Switzerland. They beat Nicaragua in a friendly. They lost to Brazil 3-0 in a friendly. They lost 2-1 to Nigeria in AFCON. They beat Nigeria 2-0 in AFCON. They lost to Qatar. They beat Benin twice.
Did you say they lost to Qatar?
No, they beat Qatar
They lost
5-1.
to
They beat Qatar.
1.
We're looking at the wrong fucking things, dude.
Yeah, I
I'm
don't know
not
what you
seeing any
guys
of
are
those
looking
games
at.
either.
Yeah, I don't know what you're looking at, Mike, because I'm
Yeah, I have
looking
no clue what you're seeing.
I'm on Flash Score. I don't know which
at
ones you guys are looking at.
this. My
I
app does
have
not show
Flash
this
Score
game.
too.
I
Yeah.
legit have
Flash
Qatar 5-1. They beat them in October.
What win though? I have
What?
our won 2-1 against Ghana.
Are you in 2022?
Yeah, that's the year
I
we're
have
in.
no, Mike. That's Ghana Qatar. It says October 12, 2020. 5-1.
No,
don't go
yeah,
2
that's what
years
Bill's
back.
looking at. I'm looking at
Oh.
2-1. Qatar won August 22nd.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I got it. Hold on, let me see if. Yep, August 23rd actually.
Oh, 23rd. Yeah,
So Qatar beat
Yeah.
this team.
Yeah,
August
The same,
23rd.
the
Yeah,
same, the same
Jesus,
Qatar
dude.
that just played against Venezuela, right?
Venezuela. No, against
No,
Ecuador.
Ecuador. Sorry,
Ecuador. Same thing, right?
same
God.
thing. All the same.
All right, so Bill's got Ghana, South Korea.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna go. Go ahead, Bill. Finish.
No, my Celtic count is at a 9 right now.
Okay.
Niner.
We last time we played Ghana.
9.
Last time we played Ghana was in the World Cup in 2014. Portugal won 2-1. Cristiano Ronaldo scored in the 80th minute. They scored an own goal. And just to refresh your minds, the starting 11 in that game was Beto, João Pereira, Pep, Bruno Alves, Miguel Veloso, Ruben Amorim, William Carvalho, João Moutinho, Nani, o grande Éder, and Cristiano Ronaldo was the starting 11 in that team.
Jesus.
It's an interesting squad. I'm going Portugal, Uruguay, Ghana, South Korea. I don't think South Korea's. I think
They have Son, man.
yeah, they got one guy that you know.
I don't know any. I don't know many from Ghana either.
Yeah, you do. Partey, you got Ayu.
OAU.
Yeah, you got a few guys. You're just not thinking of them. All right, let's move forwards now. Group G: Brazil, Serbia, Switzerland, Cameroon. Bill, how's it going to finish?
I think it ends up the way it's there: Brazil, Serbia, Switzerland, and Cameroon.
Okay. Let me see. Brazil, Serbia, Switzerland, and Cameroon.
Which makes us coming in first very important because we miss fucking playing Brazil.
we get Serbia though.
I'll take Serbia over Brazil.
It's like a
All fucking day.
payback
We
game.
got. Yeah, Paul, what are you thinking here?
I completely agree with Bill. The same as it is there: Brazil, Serbia, Switzerland, Brazil. Cameroon. Sorry.
Oscar.
I'm gonna do a surprise here. I'm gonna do Brazil, Switzerland, Serbia, Cameroon.
Such a surprise. It's literally the one or the other. There's no surprise.
Any?
I was gonna put Brazil second, but I changed my mind.
I'll do Brazil, Serbia, Cameroon, Switzerland.
Oh, I was trying to be different. Brazil, Serbia, Cameroon, Switzerland. Okay. So you're saying Seferovic finishes last? Jay.
Brazil, Serbia, Switzerland, Cameroon.
Okay. And I'm going to agree with that. I think Switzerland could be an interesting team here. Group F, Belgium, our neighbors up north, Canada, Morocco, and Croatia. Go backwards, Jay.
Belgium, Croatia, Morocco, Canada.
Oh man, no love for the Canadians.
Sorry.
All right, and then let's go, Kenny.
Belgium, Croatia, and Canada, Morocco.
Wait, Morocco's
Okay.
too talented.
Oscar.
Croatia, Canada, Belgium, Morocco.
Ooh,
The hell?
look at this dude. He's just trying to be different. He doesn't
No,
believe what he's
He
saying.
doesn't believe that.
You'll see. You'll see.
But you're
Paul.
saying that Belgium's not going to get out of the group?
I think there's going to be a surprise, and Belgium is my surprise of the tournament. I had it already written down.
Okay.
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 Wait, you
No,
put
that-
Belgium third?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He did.
So I'm gonna
Paul.
do Belgium, Croatia, Morocco, Canada.
Canada, Bill.
I'm gonna go Belgium, Canada, Croatia, Morocco.
Okay. I'm gonna go. Where's my name? Okay. I'm gonna go Croatia, Belgium, Morocco, Canada. Okay. Group E. Spain, Costa Rica, Germany, and Japan. Bill.
I'm gonna go Spain, Germany, Japan, Costa Rica.
Okay. Paul.
I'm gonna go Spain, Germany, Costa Rica, Japan.
Man, should I do another surprise here? You guys are under. Japan is good. Japan is fucking good.
Get him out of the group then.
I am gonna get them out of the group. I'm gonna do Spain, Japan, Germany, Costa Rica.
There you go.
That's my prediction. Spain, Japan, Germany, Costa Rica. Okay, so you already got mine. I'm copying Oscar. Kenny.
You guys are idiots. Germany, Spain, Germany, Spain, Japan, Costa Rica.
Jay.
Oh man, that's too funny.
What minute was this in?
67.
All right, just mark it down.
I think Spain struggles to score overall. Spain, Germany, Japan, Costa Rica.
Spain, Germany, Japan, Costa Rica.
But I don't see. I would have done if Germany wins it.
Kenny, you got a fan.
Hell yeah.
Sylvia.
Manny.
I mean, Manny.
Yeah, Sylvia.
Manny.
Sylvia says she's here for your commentary.
Yeah, via Manny.
All my fans.
Group G.
Shout out
These
my
groups.
fans.
Group D. These games already kicked off. They already got one game under their belt. France, Australia, Denmark, Tunisia. Jason.
France, Denmark, Tunisia, Australia.
Okay. Kenny.
Let me take a look. All right. So yeah, France. Yeah, France, Denmark, Tunisia, Australia.
Okay. Oscar.
Same.
Paul.
Same.
Same. Bill.
France tops the group.
Thank you.
Fuck it. Denmark struggled to create anything, so I'm gonna say Tunisia comes in second, Denmark third.
Did
I
Tunisia
like
create? Did
I like
Tunisia
that one,
create?
That's my pick
No,
too.
but Tunisia. I mean, if you can hold teams to like not score and play defensive, Portugal won a fucking Euro doing it.
Yeah, but they scored and they created.
I think
They scored, yeah, or going to PKs, but they didn't score much.
Bill has a right to.
I
Dude,
think
Hungary 3-3. The other team, Austria 1-1, whatever it is, and Ronaldo missed a PK.
that's a lot of goals. One.
Yeah, but like we scored.
Play defensive.
Yeah.
And
Group
No,
C.
hold on, Mike. I want to change mine. I like Bill's pick. I'm taking Bill's pick.
Oh my God.
I'm going France, Tunisia, Denmark, Australia. I like it, Bill. I think that's my first surprise there.
Denmark's going to beat France next game. Just watch.
So, Mike, Group
That's-
C, I have a big upset. I think Saudi Arabia is going to be Argentina.
No way.
Yeah.
What's your
Yeah, Mike,
what's
you
your
got that
standings?
switch, right?
I did got the switch, and that's my standings as well.
All right,
Tunisia
good.
in second.
Kenny's worried about these standings.
Yeah. Jay.
I just want to make sure.
I'm gonna go.
Currently, Saudi Arabia is first with 3. Mexico and Poland each have 1, and Argentina has 0.
I'm gonna go Mexico, Argentina, Saudi Arabia, Poland.
Argentina, Saudi Arabia, Poland. Okay. Kenny.
Okay. So
Sits up straight.
it's good that there's already a game played here because it makes I think my pick a little bit easier. So I'm actually gonna go.
Don't do it.
Oh, I'm doing it. I'm gonna go Poland,
Wow.
Mexico, Argentina, Saudi Arabia.
Argentina is not in the World Cup.
Argentina, Saudi Arabia.
What the fuck?
Poland, Mexico,
Mexico's
Argentina,
home.
Saudi Arabia. Okay. Oscar.
Poland, Mexico, Argentina, Saudi Arabia. Yes.
Yep. Oscar.
Fuck. I think
This group's tough.
it's tough because Argentina lost the
Right.
first game. That's why it's tough. Because now I kind of if Saudi Arabia beats fucking Poland next, they're through.
They're through. Yeah, exactly. That's what I was thinking.
All right, I'm still gonna think Poland's gonna beat Saudi Arabia. So Poland first, fucking Argentina second, Mexico. No, Saudi Arabia then Mexico.
No love for the Mexicans.
Okay.
I got one.
Paul.
This one's tough because if Saudi Arabia somehow pulls another, it's not even as much as an upset against Poland. They're through.
They won't win another game.
Yeah, but they also held Argentina. I mean, granted, there's 3 offside goals, but they held them to only 2 goals. So I'm gonna go Argentina, Mexico, Poland, Saudi Arabia. I agree they're not going to win another game.
So you're saying Mexico would basically have to lose Argentina and then get points. Saudi Arabia. Okay. Bill.
I agree with Paul. I think Argentina still tops the group.
I agree with that. And that is my prediction. Well, I think Argentina beats Mexico and Poland. So I'm going Argentina, Mexico, Poland, Saudi Arabia.
But you guys do know if Saudi Arabia somehow beats either Mexico or Poland, they get first place because they beat Argentina.
I know. But I agree with Kenny. I don't think they win another game. I think their bubble will burst.
That's a tough one.
Group B, England, Taremi, United States, or Wales? Bill.
So I'm going to stick with my pre-tournament prediction where I said it was going to be England, Wales, U.S., and Iran. I think the U.S. tie to Wales hurts the U.S. I think they needed a win there.
Paul.
I agree. England, Wales, U.S., Iran.
Oscar.
I think England, United States, Wales, Iran.
Me?
What's the tiebreaker again?
I think it's head to head.
Should be head to head.
And then what?
Goals.
Up
4.
goal, yeah.
Goal difference.
Probably goal difference.
Damn. I agree. US needed. I mean,
So did Wales.
Yeah, but I feel like
U.S. plays England next, which I think is the tricky spot.
Right.
it's who's gonna score more goals against Iran, Wales or US. I'm gonna go England. Fuck it, I'll give it to the US. England, US, Wales, Iran.
Jay?
England, U.S., Iran, Wales.
Okay. You're saying Taremi gets a couple more PKs. That's what you're telling me. I'm going to go England, Wales, U.S., Iran. And Group A, Qatar, Ecuador, Senegal, and the Netherlands. Ecuador and Netherlands are in first place. They were both 2-0, right?
Yeah,
I think
Did Ecuador win?
No,
Was it
Netherlands.
3-0 Ecuador or
Netherlands.
2?
it was.
I think
it was
Netherlands-
2-0 each. Each game was 2-0.
Both 2, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Jay?
I'm gonna go Netherlands, Ecuador, Senegal, Qatar.
Any?
I don't think Qatar finishes last in their own World Cup, so I'll go.
Okay.
I think
Who
he's
are
starting
they?
a little.
Who are they going to beat?
Yeah,
I'm not-
Kenny's
I'm not
expecting
saying
some
No,
gamansu.
no, Bill. I'm not saying that. You're saying that. I'm not saying that.
Okay.
No. You said it. I didn't say it. Make sure. I want to get that straight.
Kenny doesn't want to go missing.
Netherlands.
Like that Ecuadorian fan, he's gone.
My friends from my Dutch friends, then my Ecuadorian friends, then my Qatari friends, Bill, and then Senegal. And that's a winner.
Okay. Oscar?
I agree with that.
See, if Oscar agrees, the world's
All good.
world's turning on the right axis. So let's just put it that way.
Paul?
So I completely disagree. I think Qatar not only is gonna finish last, but they're probably not gonna score a goal unless they get like a PK for whatever reason.
And that's why Paul's a guest on here.
So I'm gonna go.
Paul.
I'm gonna go.
And that's why Jay never shows up.
Holland, Ecuador, Senegal, Qatar.
I'm just busting your balls. Nick. Relax.
It's Netherlands, Paul. Get it? They've changed their name to Netherlands. They don't like to be known as Holland. What did you say? Netherlands?
Ecuador, Senegal, Qatar.
Senegal, Qatar. Okay. I'm
I
going to
agree
go
with
different
that.
from you guys. So Bill's
skipped
going the
Bill.
same. I know, but I knew he was going to say that. I'm going Ecuador, Netherlands, Senegal, and I mean, let's be honest. They're the worst host quality-wise that we've seen in our lifetime. No disrespect.
They
but
look like us playing against fucking the Pioneers.
Western Mass Pioneers, yeah.
We're gonna beat Senegal.
The difference there.
You think they're going to beat Senegal?
Oh yeah, I do.
Oh man,
For this.
there's going to be some gamansu in that game.
Is that the next game?
The next game is
Can we have a health check on Kenny?
It is. Oh no, yeah, Qatar, Senegal. We'll find out sooner rather than later.
All right. All right. So we got predictions. That's good. All right. Now we got a couple of tricky questions here. Jay, I'm gonna start with you. Who do you think is the first team that's going to get a red card?
This is so easy for me.
In the whole World Cup?
Brad, you're the first.
No, in
team
the
to get a
fucking
red card.
Portuguese league.
First team to get a red card.
Or you can say no one, no red card.
No, there's definitely going to be a red card.
That's
What do
what
you
we're
think it's gonna
asking.
be? It doesn't have to be the player. I just want the team.
Morocco.
Kenny, who's your pick?
Costa Rica.
It's a good one.
South Americans. Oscar?
I'm going with Serbia because they play Neymar next.
Shut up, Neymar.
Paul?
Bitch. Now that guy you can call a bitch.
Shout out to being a bitch.
I think we all agree with that.
I'm actually going to agree with Kenny and say Costa Rica.
Okay. I'm going to go with Cameroon. Dom says red card. Shout out Pep.
And I
I was about to say, if you're playing the odds, I mean, Pep
I
to get
hope
the red
not.
card is
Yeah, let's
that's
not.
a good one.
Yeah, bad juju
Jesus. Seriously. All right. I'm going to skip around some of these just given the results we've seen. Surprise me. Team no one expects to do well. Bill.
I mean, my pre-tournament surprise was Denmark, but they did not look good. I'm going to stick with the Tunisia train.
Okay. Tunisia. That's A-Rod's nickname. Thanks to Charlie. Remember that? Who was there that night?
That was an interesting night.
Paul.
So I don't think I had many surprises in the groups, but based on the games that we've seen so far, this is actually tough.
Well, the biggest surprise already happened.
Yeah, Saudi Arabia, but I don't think they're going to do well throughout the whole tournament. I think just that first game, yeah. I'm going to stick to Denmark. I think Denmark's going to get it together and turn it around.
Okay. Oscar?
I'm going to say Japan.
Why? Because they clean the stadiums?
What?
That's my pick too. They clean up the stadiums. They're nice people.
They're nice.
Kenny.
Those guys, no red cards for them.
They cry. They cry, Kenny. You should care about that.
Who cries?
Japanese players when they get a red card. They cry.
They cry when they see litter on the stadium floor, too.
Yeah. When they hurt somebody. Remember Son when they hurt somebody, he's crying and stuff?
Yeah. I'm gonna go the team that's gonna top Group C for me, Poland.
Jay.
I'm going to go with the United States coming in second and moving on.
Okay. All right. That's a good shout. What was the other one here? That's awkward. Team with high expectations but disappoints. Jay.
Well, let's get the obvious one. Well, actually, some of you guys.
Well, some of them put them in to move on.
I agree.
Even though I have them moving on, I think Germany could fall into that category.
I don't disagree with that. Kenny?
Well, so since some of you guys still think I think Argentina is not going to get through. So, or do you want another one?
No, you can.
Yeah, I'm going Argentina. Big surprise there. They are not getting out of the group for me.
Your admiration for Messi weighing on that decision, or?
No, they're at a disadvantage already, so that helps me. And I think Saudi Arabia doesn't win another game, and I think that puts Poland and Mexico in the prime position.
Okay. Oscar?
I think, well, I was between Belgium and Germany, but I'm going to go with Germany.
Paul?
I'm going to agree with Germany.
Wow.
I also don't have Germany getting out of the group, so I'm going Germany as well.
Everyone's right.
Can you guys? So who do you have again? Japan and Spain.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
I actually have Spain and Germany, but I put Germany in that category because I feel like they could probably disappoint.
If they make it out of the group, is it really a disappointment though?
If
Okay, Germany.
If these teams that you guys consider a disappointment, if they make it out of the group, it's not a disappointment. I don't think.
for
I
me,
mean,
a
it depends
disappointment
on-
would be like, for
Not making
example,
to
a
the
Brazil,
knockouts.
a Brazil is a favorite to win the World Cup, and they get knocked out in the first round, knockout round
Right.
against some team that you weren't expecting. So disappointment in the way I'm looking at it is based on the expectation of where they're expected to get to.
Right.
What if Brazil's facing Portugal and they get knocked out by Portugal? Is that a disappointment?
Yeah, because
100%.
Portugal's not even like the top 4 to win the title odds wise.
I don't think that would be disappointing.
Me neither.
Ask the Brazilians if they'd be disappointed.
Yeah, but they think they still there's. I mean, I'm not going to get into it. I'm going to get. Never mind.
I mean, when your expectations coming into the World Cup are to win it, like
Yeah.
you're a favorite to win it,
Yeah, but Portugal's
They're always a favorite to win, and they haven't done shit in the last God knows
anything
how long.
but yeah. But if you get knocked out in the first round of knockouts, that's a disappointment.
I think
regardless
it
of who you're playing.
to me
Against
this
Portugal, I think that's a respectable loss against Portugal. Or then we suck if that's the case.
I think Portugal gets knocked out of the first round after the World Cup. I think that's a disappointment too, even if it is against Brazil.
I agree. I think Portugal should be making it at least to the quarters.
If Portugal goes against Brazil and they lose, like they don't get blown out, they lose in a tight game. I don't think that's disappointing. That's just that's the luck
I
of
don't
the
think
draw.
so either. I wouldn't think. I think it would be more disappointing that we finished second in our group than
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's a disappointment that we finished second.
What if
not
Brazil
first.
finishes second and we finish first?
Well, then I mean that would really fucking suck.
Yeah. you did everything right and still got
That would be our luck. That would
Legit.
happen. Title choice. Who do you think biased apart, heart out of the equation? Jay, who do you think is prime candidate to win this title?
So we can't say Portugal.
You could, if that's what you.
Yeah, what if we actually think it's
believe
Portugal?
that.
My heart
You
says
genuinely
Portugal.
believe that.
My heart says Portugal. My mind says France.
I'm going with your mind. Kenny, who's your genuine title contender? Bias and homer mindset apart. And if you genuinely think it's Portugal, then that's fine. I just didn't want us to all roll up here and say Portugal.
I mean, it sucks because we could legitimately face Brazil in the first match, so that puts us at a tight. I mean, I agree with Tank. My heart does say Portugal, but I really think probably France.
France, okay. Oscar?
You guys are fucking idiots, right, Kenny? It's Brazil, the favorites to win this World Cup.
Okay.
Paul?
I'm picking Portugal.
Okay. Bill?
I agree with Oscar. I think Brazil is the favorite. I would love for Portugal to win it, but I think Brazil is.
So are we saying favorites or who we think is going to win?
Who's going to think is going to win?
Who do you think's going to win?
Because being a favorite doesn't mean that you're going to win.
Yeah.
If you're a favorite, you're like most likely going to win, right? That's a favorite. If to you,
Yeah,
Portugal could be a favorite to you. To me, it's Brazil.
No, yeah, if you're saying are favorites to win it, as in like in odds.
No, I'm not.
like in
I'm not
betting.
talking Vegas.
No.
I'm not
Who do you
talking
think's
Vegas.
gonna win?
Talking about for us, like
Who'd you say, Bill?
Always a favorite.
Brazil.
Brazil. Listen, I'm going to get a lot of shit for this. So you guys can say whatever you want.
Argentina.
Don't
I
say
think
Japan. Please don't say Japan.
No, not Japan.
He's going to say Argentina. He's going to say Argentina.
I said Argentina before the war, and I'm sticking with it. I think Argentina is going to the final.
I thought you were going to
Against
go
who?
with
I don't
it's
know.
coming home.
No, definitely not coming home. Not a chance. All right. So that locks those up. Remaining piece here. Lock it in and risk it. I'm going to bring up the remaining games between now and our next podcast, which is next Monday evening. And I want you guys to tell me the result that you think is an automatic, right? Like if you had to say this is 100% going to be this winner, and who is the risk it pick of you think is going to be the upset of the games between now and Monday. So you got a decent slate of games starting tomorrow all the way to Monday. And I'll scroll through, but I'm going to start with who's your lock it in and who's your risk it pick between now and Monday.
Me?
Bill.
For each day?
No, just one pick. One guaranteed pick that you feel is
You want a
100%
guaranteed
gonna...
pick? Lock it in. Portugal wins against Ghana. Lock it in.
So that's Jay's pick. Portugal versus Ghana.
There's so many games
Well,
you can't like see them all.
Go scroll down a little bit more.
I'll scroll.
You're saying everything that hasn't been played, right, until Monday?
Correct.
Okay.
Okay, while I'm on you, who's your surprise result or your risky result?
I can't.
Least expected between now and Monday.
You need to
I'm scrolling slow.
I'm gonna have to
This
get
is Monday. This is Monday. I'm scrolling slow for you.
The risk pick, U.S. ties England.
Okay. Penny, lock it in and risk it.
Can you skip me for now?
Yeah, Oscar. These guys don't do their homework. Those of you who
All
are
right.
listening, I
I'm
sent the
going
agenda
to-
out.
This wasn't a question.
I'm going to
It was.
have my guarantee is going to be Wales beating Iran,
Okay, it's different. So your
and then
guarantee is
and then-
Wales.
and then you want the surprise.
Yeah.
The surprise meaning like, I think USA is going to surprise England.
Is USA going to win? Are they going to tie?
I think it's going to be a tie. I called for a tie, but that's my surprise result.
Dude, he copied me.
Wait, you put tie for USA and England?
Not even listening. Paul.
Did you?
I'm gonna
Yeah.
I didn't fucking hear you.
I'm gonna go a little crazy. So my lock it in is Portugal, Ghana, and my risk it is Denmark and France. I say it's gonna be a tie.
So Denmark ties France. Okay. So I'll do win or tie. So Denmark win or draw versus France. And I'll do the same thing for USA. Win or draw versus England. Okay. Bill?
For me,
Lock it in. I'm going to say
Yes.
Spain, just to be different. So
Spain over.
Costa Rica.
Okay.
And then the surprise is Canada over Croatia.
Wow.
Okay. They win?
Yep.
You
Okay.
believe in Taj Buchanan, huh?
Kenny.
I agree with Bill on the lock, Spain, Costa Rica. And for a surprise, I'm going to say fuck it. Qatar beats Senegal.
Wow.
All right. So
Qatar.
my lock is going to be. Let me just make sure I got the matchup right.
It's got to be Argentina.
Well, if they have a chance, it's going to be Argentina. He's got to go with this fucking.
My
if they
lock.
don't-
My lock is England over the USA.
You have England beating
And-
US.
That's a lock.
Yes. Yep.
England never beat the U.S.
England's going to take a back seat. They're going to get back to reality.
And my surprise result is Serbia gets points against Brazil.
All right,
That's not
let's-
good for us.
Let's welcome Mike back from the wherever the fuck he's at.
Mike
is
wants
not-
to.
Mike,
wants
what
to
cloud
see
are you
Brazil
at?
second group.
That is not good for us.
All right. No, that's fine.
Estamos a foder, sabes?
Awesome.
That is a foder e não saber.
Watch the last game of the round. Portugal and Uruguay trying to lose their game just so they don't,
So they don't have to face Brazil.
Scoring own goals.
Fuck.
Listen, we've seen crazier things happen.
I mean, we play South Korea, so let the fucking give the ball to Son. Like, go breakaway. Let's go goals.
Putting
Mark
Gonzalo
says,
Ramos.
Mark says U.S. has never lost to England in a World Cup. Listen, the host has also never lost a game in the World Cup, and it happened the other day. And I was fed those stats consistently. The host this, the host that. Guess what? Every game's different, and anything can happen. So we will find out Monday when we're back. Gentlemen, any final thoughts as we go into this Thanksgiving break? Lots of turkey, lots of food, lots of family time, lots of adult beverages, lots of football, both sides of the football, American football, European football. Any final thoughts before we sign off until Monday?
Are we
I
doing
just
a pod
hope,
together for when up there or what?
Yeah, when are you flying up, Oscar?
Tomorrow.
Okay.
All right,
We'll
all
figure
right.
something
I
out.
just hope you all have a great Thanksgiving. I hope we get a good W in the morning. Then the Patriots can win in the afternoon, and then the Cowboys can lose at night.
That'll be the trifecta for Jay.
I think the Pats play at night.
And you're not going to see any of it because you're probably going to be sleeping. So, oh man.
Shout
Too
out
much
to sleeping
turkey.
after turkey.
Yeah.
Don't eat too much turkey. Paul, Bill, any final thoughts?
I mean, hopefully Fajrbola doesn't get in our way. That's my only concern for the tournament, because we have a very talented squad, and I think our biggest downfall is our manager.
I can't believe we didn't even talk lineups.
Yeah. What the hell?
Yeah, that was on the agenda.
Yeah, that
Starting
was
11.
You want to do it?
that was my
Yes,
agenda.
we can do
That's
it quick.
like what I wrote.
All right, let's do it quick.
It's
If
all
you
right.
got to
Homework
jump, that's
I
fine.
did.
You can jump. Let's do it. Let's do it quick then. Goalie.
Diogo Costa.
What
Yeah.
we want,
Yeah.
we want, or what we think is going to happen.
Diogo.
Yeah, which
let's
one are we
do-
doing?
What do you guys want to do?
we-
What do you guys prefer?
What we think.
Majority
What
win.
we think.
Why don't we just do both? We'll just do what we think and then what we actually think is going to happen. They're going to
All
be
right,
a
goalie.
lot of them are going to be the same.
I think it's gonna be similar. Yeah.
Yeah.
Goalie, I'm going Diogo. That's what I want.
Yeah.
That's what I think.
Diogo.
Diogo.
Yep. Agree.
I'm going Patricio.
What
Wait,
you
you
want?
him
or
or
you
you
think?
think him?
Just to be different.
No, but is
What
that
you
a
want or
want?
what you think?
Oh, that's what I want. And that's what I think. So
Oh, he acted like he didn't
He
know.
just hates Porto. How do you not? Diogo Costa is like clear.
Kenny or Oscar.
It's gonna be Diogo.
Patricio is no joke either, though.
Dude, Diogo Costa is like, he's the reason why Porto is good.
This guy makes fun of Fernando Santos, and he's the one who wants to keep all the vacas velhas.
Wait till you hear the rest of my lineup.
No,
Oh,
I
boy.
actually, I don't mind Rui either, but Diogo Costa has been by far like one of the best goalies of the year,
Yeah.
and it's like not even close. I think
Okay.
with the other two, but okay.
Back. I think it's a unanimous. Cancelo.
Cancelo, both.
Zilla.
Yeah,
Yep.
Cancelo.
Yes.
Unfortunately,
Okay. Center backs. I'm still going with. Well, what I would like to see and what I think is going to be Ruben and Pep.
Same.
Any
Same.
I agree.
Same.
same.
And
Want-
then Rafael on their left.
No, I want
Okay, so
Mins on the
that's-
left.
No,
I want Mins too.
Mins.
I want
Rafael
Mins.
Guerreiro.
So I want Guerreiro, but I think it's gonna be. I think he will put in Mins.
I want
think
He's got to
Mins.
keep up with those guys.
I think I want Mins, but I think it's gonna be Guerrero.
Mins has an injury, by the way. Federation
That's what
reported
he
it yesterday.
came out.
He had a
And he hasn't
knock.
been
He didn't
practicing.
practice.
It's gonna be
Oh,
good.
Mins is an
Then
injury.
it'll probably be Guerrero then.
Mins
Yeah,
has
he's
a
injured.
knock.
Oh, so it's
I
what
don't
I
know
want.
if he'll be ready.
Good. Perfect.
So I want
You know,
Mins.
they don't take out the possibility of the law on the right and Cancel on the left.
Yeah,
Yeah, I wouldn't take that out either.
I think
I would-
Carlotta's having like.
I wouldn't.
I
be
think
then.
I'd prefer that over Rafael Guerreiro. If I'm being honest.
I wouldn't.
Why don't you like Guerrero?
I like Guerrero.
Not that I
I
don't
like
like him,
Guerrero
but I
too.
think
I like Guerrero,
just
and
think-
he's a free kick specialist too.
You know,
Cancelo can play well on that side, and Dalot's having a good season.
yeah, this is one of those things where like you're leaving a lot of talent on the bench because
Yep.
like you can only start one right back. because that even like I know it was Nigeria, but Dalot like killed it in that friendly. He played probably one of our best players.
What the coach needs to do is see the first game, like even though he should already know this, but we didn't have a lot of time to kind of adjust to what the plans. Obviously, this World Cup is different, but see the first game and adjust completely the second game, like Kaladi did in 2004.
Yeah, I wish
SLBS
I
says
friendly.
Pep hasn't played in weeks. Sylvia took her phone back, so Manny's on his own phone now. He says Dalot, Diaz, Pep, and Cancelo. SLBS says Pep isn't informed Diaz and Silva, and he asks Dalot over Cancelo. I think Cancelo's an automatic. In this
Yeah, I
game.
like.
I think it's either Cancelo on the right or Cancelo on the left.
Correct. That's what they're saying.
Cancelo
Cancelo on the left.
There's no way you don't start Cancelo. Yeah.
Correct. Midfield. Oh, Sylvia's still here. Manny's got both phones
shit.
now.
Jeez.
Damn, double fist.
Fucking double duty, okay?
I think
It might be Luka.
Maybe
I think
Luka has
Luka.
Manny's phone.
Yeah, it might be Luca. Midfield. I'm assuming we're going with a 4-3-3. Let's do holding mid. I think William,
and I do not have a 4-3-3 to for my preferred, but we'll go. Yeah, William for sure is a lock for me.
Okay.
Peña.
Okay. Peña. Okay. So you think William doesn't start? You want Peña, but you think William starts?
Yeah, that.
Okay. What were you gonna say, Kenny?
I was just gonna say, why don't you do your midfield pairing, right? Because I mean we have
All
some
right.
sort of threesome there, right?
All right. So I'm gonna go.
Shout out threesome.
All right. That's 81 minutes. I'll lock that one in. I'm gonna go William, Bruno Fernandes, and Bernardo.
In the midfield?
All right, I'm gonna say William, Octavio, Bruno Fernandes.
As what you want?
That's what I think is gonna happen.
Okay.
Okay.
So I'll go with. So hear me out. This is what I would want to see, and then I'll say what I expect to happen. I would like to see a 4-4-2 with 4 midfield of William, and I would say Ruben Neves, with João Mario and João Felix on the wings. That would be my preferred. What I think will happen is probably a William Peña, Bruno Fernandes.
Why is it defensive against
No.
the
That's not.
No.
Well,
That's
I mean,
what I
I
think he will do.
No.
That's what I think he will do. But
What
what
so
I
what
would
I
like
I
is
like-
a 4-4-2.
History's on Kenny's side on that one. I will say that. He loves playing. Remember when he likes to play?
but it used to be Danilo. Yeah, but he hasn't done that in a while. I feel.
Yeah, but it's the tournaments. He usually comes in with those.
So
my midfield, what I would want is Peña, Bruno Fernandes, and Bernardo. I think it's going to be William. I know. It's going to be the same. Bernardo and Bruno Fernandes.
Okay. SLBS says William,
Peña.
João, and Bruno. I'm assuming he means João. Well, there's 3 Joãos.
Yeah.
And
João Mario.
Red
I don't
Red
put
Baron
Bruno
says
in my-
Otavio
in my
Bernardo.
preferred.
I have like
Peña
a
and Bruno
surprise.
Fernandes.
so
I have a
My-
surprise
Paul, what's
for
yours?
Bruno. So mine is what I would like is William, Bruno, Bernardo in the midfield, but he won't do that. He's gonna do well. I hope he puts Bernardo in the midfield. I think he's gonna do it. I think he's gonna do William, Otavio, and he's gonna have Bernardo in the midfield, but as like a floater. And then when I do my front 3, you'll see what I mean. So I'm gonna put those 3 there.
Okay. Okay. Luca's got Manny's phone. Bill.
So what I want would be William, Vitinha, and Bernardo Silva. What is most likely going to happen? It's going to be William, Bruno, and Bernardo Silva.
Okay. Oscar, Red Baron agrees with you. Otavio gives that balance to the midfield.
Yeah. These guys don't know Red Baron. These guys don't know.
Front three, or your offense.
What a fucking, how many people are watching?
Can I go first for my offense so I can explain my? I'm gonna go first.
Sure.
So my offense is gonna be Felix, Ronaldo, Bruno, and then Bruno and Bernardo are gonna be floaters. It's gonna be like he played for the Nigeria game, because those guys are all over the place. Except Ronaldo's gonna start.
My forwards is João Felix, Ronaldo, and Rafael Leão.
That's mine as well.
Yeah,
that's who you want, or you think he's gonna put?
That's who I want, and who I think he's gonna put.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's the lineup.
So, in what I want in my 4-4-2, so then I would have Bernardo playing behind Ronaldo. Sorry, yeah, I did say that. Bernardo Silva playing behind Ronaldo. But I agree, in the 4-3-3, Bernardo Silva, Ronaldo, João Felix.
To me, this is what I think is going to happen.
No Leão.
Kenny, you don't think he plays Leão?
No.
Oscar?
I think with William, Octavio, Bruno in the midfield, Bernardo being the flex. Well, Bernardo and João Felix. I think he's going to play like he did in the 2016 with Nani and Ronaldo up top. It's going to be Ronaldo and Felix, right? And then Bernardo being the floater guy and helping defend. Octavio helping defend on one side and Bernardo on the other. That's what they're good for. And because João and Cristiano Ronaldo will not defend, is why they need those guys in the game.
Bill, did you give yours?
Yeah, my front three was going to be Ronaldo, Felix, and Rafael Leão.
Okay. So that's our what we want and what we expect. And then just quickly to wrap it up, score prediction. Any?
So we will win. I'm going to say 3-1.
Okay. Jay?
3-0.
I'm on the fence with those two.
Oscar?
2-0.
Paul?
I'm going to say 3-0.
Ooh, you're in the mix, Bill.
I'm on the fence there, but I'm going to go 3-0.
2-0.
I think this is going to be a very frustrating match, and I think we win. I hope I'm wrong, though.
What'd you say?
Yeah, you cut out.
1-0.
You cut
out again.
1-0.
There we go.
It's going to be 0. You know when we started
5.
I think
when we started,
I think it's going to be a tough game. I think it's going to be chippy, and I think we're just going to scratch it out.
You know, I'll tell you this: if Roger was coaching, I would start at 4-0 to start.
I say Bruno scores the first goal.
Nope.
Let's see. Red Baron 2-1 for Portugal. CBS says 3-0. Sylvia says Portugal equals frustrating matches. This is very true. Manny says, it's going to be 2-1, and we'll have to suffer through 11 minutes of extra time.
So all you guys have shutout for the first game?
Yep.
When's the last time we shut out a team at a tournament?
Year 2020 against Hungary, 3-0. Rafa came in, and we were struggling until the 80th minute, and we scored 3 goals.
Yeah.
My computer's about to
almanac. Die. Well, we're about to jump off anyway.
But it's very uncommon.
Well, gentlemen, as always, a pleasure. Thank you to everyone that stuck with us through this longer than normal one. It's the first one. We had a lot to cover. We will be back on Monday to recap the Ghana game, hopefully a win, and the Uruguay game, hopefully also a win. Always, don't forget to follow us on social media platforms, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok. I think I got them all. Gentlemen, as always, a pleasure. Happy Thanksgiving. Have a good week. And, of course, Viva Portugal.
Viva.
See!